that should have been it. That should have been a knockdown. Having said that, let me stand up. Shannon, Ocho, I got to apologize on national television to that brother Lamont Roach. I didn't give him much of a chance in this fight because I thought he was the smaller guy moving up. I didn't expect him to be in the ring bigger. And from opening bell, he walked right to Tank Davis. I was stunned. And the brother can fight. I'm very impressed with Lamont Roach. He put on a great performance, and he wants his love on national television right now. We need to give it to him. This brother is special for the sport of boxing. He can fight, and he can take a punch.
Smith has strongly warned Gervonta Davis against a rematch with Lamont Roach.
What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis caught him with some good shots. He took it and then gave it back. Body punches, counter punches, left hook, straight rights. This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis, a knockout artist.
Stephen A. Smith recently apologized to Lamont Roach after underestimating him in his fight against Gervonta Tank Davis. At first, Smith thought Roach was too small to compete, but after seeing Roach's performance, where he kept the pressure on Davis throughout the fight, Smith admitted he was wrong. He praised Roach's toughness, especially after Davis took a knee in the 9th round, saying the grease from his hair had gotten in his eyes. Now, Smith recognizes Roach as a serious contender and is looking forward to a possible rematch later this year.
Tank Davis is fighting a minus 1,600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a sport.
On March 1st, 2025, Gervonta Davis defended his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The fight was highly anticipated, with Davis entering as a favorite because of his undefeated record and knockout power. However, Roach, despite being the underdog, delivered a performance that surprised many, challenging Davis throughout
the guy from a division lower moves up and gives Tank Davis his toughest fight. I thought beating him on the inside, making him miss, putting offense behind defense after making him miss, being more active. Obviously, Tank's going to have the edge in power. Tank is going to have the edge in power strikes. I think ultimately the stats spoke to that. I don't think that this was a disaster. I think it'd be strong to call it a disaster. The fight was not great up front. The fight was not great in the middle, but it was very good. Not amazing, but definitely very good down the stretch.
The most talked about moment in the fight came in the 9th round when Davis took a knee, claiming he had trouble seeing because grease from his hair had gotten into his eyes. The referee, Steve Willis, didn't call a knockdown, and many criticized the decision. The fight ended with one judge scoring it 115 to 113 in favor of Davis, while the other two judges had it at 114 to 114, leading to a majority draw. This allowed Davis to keep his title, but sparked debate over the fairness of the decision.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Lamont Roach Jr. has made it clear he wants a rematch with Gervonta Davis after their controversial majority draw on March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The fight ended with one judge scoring 115 to 113 for Davis, while the other two had it tied at 114 to 114. A key moment came in the 9th round when Davis took a knee, citing an eye irritation, but the referee didn't rule a knockdown.
It ain't no timeouts in boxing. Why are you taking? You know that. You should know that. So that's the thing where I'm like confused because that's supposed to be a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round. If that's a 10-8 round, I win the fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that draw turned into a 115, 114 my way.
After the fight, Roach's team appealed the decision, but the New York State Athletic Commission stood by the draw. As a result, Davis was removed from Ring Magazine's pound-for-pound rankings, with David Benavidez taking his place.
Gervonta Davis gets a controversial draw against Lamont Roach. 2025 NYC. Both men start the fight wrapped in caution tape while downloading using their powerful Intel Core processors. Tank then begins playing a game of Tom and Jerry as he scurries around the ring, baiting Roach to chase him. Lamont soon starts landing sharp counters as he times Tank, who's dropping low. But Gervonta's cannon straight left soon finds its way home like it's using Google Maps. However, Roach also continues touching Tank with counters during their exchanges. But the Baltimore native straight left keeps repeatedly connecting like AT&T, walloping Lamont as he angles around him with the geometric brilliance of Pythagoras. By round 6, though, Davis has taken control by investing in the breadbasket like he's a Stella Doro stockholder, while also cracking Roach's Liberty Bell like they're in Philly. But at this point, Lamont's titanium-dipped chin is rearing its head.
Feeling he won the fight, Roach immediately called for a rematch, stating, "I hope to be a multi-division world champion, and this fight will solidify the legacy I want to have."
For sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So, you know, I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both halves, both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he reacted to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And you know, he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. But a 97% knockout, I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying? But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, you know, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level.
Lamont Roach Jr. also took to social media to fuel the debate, posting a cryptic but confident tweet that read, "Word round the block, your all-favorite fight finding 30-13-01 2X X2 division champ." The message quickly gained attention among boxing fans, suggesting that Roach not only expects a favorable ruling on his appeal, but also believes that Gervonta Davis's undefeated record may soon be in jeopardy.
And to go ahead and keep it real with y'all, I think that knee that Tank took was because Lamont Roach was in a rhythm and Gervonta Davis tried to throw this man off a rhythm. Do I believe the Murray's sport waves, the soul glow was in his eye? Absolutely not. I believe that man Tank got nerve-eye and said, hold on, this man Lamont Roach is cooking. I need to take me a quick timeout and a quick break. It's nasty. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's bad enough how how hard and difficult it is to beat this man. Most fighters is weight trained. Most fighters has clauses on them. So when somebody who's coming up is able to compete with Gervonta Tank Davis, you handicap the man with trash rulings.
Davis.
Some critics argue that Davis intentionally took a knee in the 9th round to disrupt Roach's rhythm and regain control of the fight by going down voluntarily. Davis may have been trying to buy himself some time to recover rather than risk being overwhelmed by Roach's aggressive attacks. Many fans and analysts believe this was a strategic move by Davis to break Roach's momentum.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Davis explained that the incident was due to a hair treatment he had 2 days before the fight. He said the grease from the treatment mixed with his sweat during the match, causing a burning sensation in his eyes. In a post-fight interview, Davis expressed frustration over the boos from the crowd, stressing that his actions were a genuine reaction to the unexpected irritation and not an attempt to influence the fight's outcome.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we could get it before... Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
Yeah, it's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
What the hell happened to Gervonta Tank Davis, huh? He got some grease in his hair. It was the lady that she put too much grease in my hair, and that's the reason why I took a knee. I ain't lying to y'all. Why y'all booing me for? Y'all remember the movie Coming to America? Was Gervonta Tank Davis using the Soul Glow? It's just the Soul Glow, feeling all so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, baby. That gotta be one of the most embarrassing moments in boxing history. How the hell you go down saying that the grease? Know what happened? That the grease. Stop! It's not funny. Why y'all booing me? I'm telling you the truth. That woman put a lot of grease in my hair. Yo, damn Tanky, come on now.
The explanation has sparked mixed reactions from fans and analysts. Some people feel the moment should have been counted as a knockdown, no matter the reason behind it.
I gotta stand down and give mad respect to Lamont Roach. Brother fought one hell of a fight. This was a damn close fight. Gervonta taking a knee should have been a knockdown. Either way, Roach has skills, fought his ass off, deserves nothing but respect. He earned the boxing world's attention tonight. He has mine. Thought he'd be too small. I was wrong.
Stephen A. Smith, known for his direct and often provocative commentary, weighed in on the controversy surrounding the Davis-Roach fight. While specific quotes from Smith aren't available in the sources, his general stance has been to caution Davis against a potential rematch with Roach.
Give you my picks on 3 fights taking place Saturday night at the Barclays Center in New York City between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, Gary Russell versus Jose Valenzuela, and Sandor Martin versus Alberto Puello. Gervonta Davis uses knocks somebody out inside of 85 punches because he's clearly capable of that. But I just see this as being a kind of fight where he's going to have to run him down. He's going to have to walk him down, rather, and he's going to have to throw some punches before he ultimately catches him. And that's how I view it. So I'm going to go with more on this particular one. Next up.
A rematch with Roach could be a serious risk to Davis's perfect record. The first fight showed that Roach has the skill and strategy to challenge Davis effectively. Taking the rematch could put Davis's standing in the boxing world in jeopardy if he were to lose.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute.
Despite Lamont Roach Jr.'s call for a rematch following their controversial draw on March 1st, Davis has said an immediate rematch is not in his plans. The fight ended with one judge scoring 115 to 113 for Davis, while the other two had it tied at 114 to 114. A major moment in the fight was when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach, leading to debates about whether it should have been ruled a knockdown. Referee Steve Willis did not count it, a decision that has drawn plenty of criticism.
And the man flat out put on a show. Get your hand out of my... He proved Two-Tone the Superstar wrong. He proved everybody wrong, and that man went ahead and cooked, and he gets robbed by the New York State Athletic Commission. And these people acknowledge that the knee that Gervonta Tank Davis took was a knockdown.
Do you think the majority draw was fair, or should a rematch be mandatory? Do you agree with Stephen A. Smith's warning to Davis about facing Roach again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.